What's going on, guys? So in today's video we're going to be doing a highly requested interior mod that's going to put a nice modern touch on this classic truck. So I'm the first to admit I absolutely love the interiors of these trucks bone stock. There's really not much you have to change. I mean, they're just beautiful, they're comfortable, everything works. I just love it. But with that being said, I've held out as long as I possibly can with a factory head unit. You know, we did the infinity door speakers, which sound great, really enjoy them. Then we did the aux adapter in the back of the factory head unit so I could play all of my music off my phone, retaining the factory head unit. And it's been great. I absolutely love it, but I'm also ready for some subs. I really want some wireless Apple CarPlay. So unfortunately, even though I love all the buttons, all the knobs, the instantaneousness of it, we're saying goodbye to the factory head unit today, and we're going to be upgrading it big time. It's going to be awesome. Let's get this thing inside. Let me show you what I got. So here's what we're going to be installing today, guys. I went with the Kenwood DMX8709S head unit, and this thing is freaking sweet. Wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Wi-Fi, touchscreen, obviously, whole bunch of features that we'll dive into once we get it installed, but I'm extremely excited. This thing is freaking nice. Of course, the General Motors dash kit to get this thing installed properly. I got the pack unit with wiring harness so that we can retain all of our steering wheel control features, and I actually got Crutchfield to pre-wire it. I think it's an additional $25. It's supposed to save a lot of time. Hopefully it makes the install easier because honestly, I'm not a super big audio guy, and this is really going to be my first install of a head unit. So I'm sure we'll get it knocked out, no problem. But just know it, I'm not the most familiar with this stuff. But either way, I know we got to get this factory head unit out. All right, let's go ahead and carefully get our bezel out. Got 3 7mm. Slide this baby out. Try to get everything unplugged. I'll show you all the plugs after I get it out. Both of these plugs, you just grab each side, pinch really hard, pull straight out. Now all you got is this black cable. Just pull on it, pop that free. Factory head unit is out. I know one of y'all watching this video is only here for a little ASMR action, so here we go. I'm just working on getting this thing prepped for the install, so I had to take this off of the head unit to get these little guys mounted. This is what actually holds it into the dash. This is part of the dash kit. It came with this bezel as well, which does fit perfect and a little bit better than the one that comes in the dash kit. Hopefully, I should be able to use that, but this didn't have any holes for the screws, so I had to take that off. And then only one screw lines up, but you can get it tight and it's very firm. But if I need to, I can go back in here and drill out a hole right here so I can get access to that one if I need to lock it in a little bit better. But so far, so good. Just getting everything lined up, trying to figure out GPS, Bluetooth speaker, getting everything figured out. I've already gotten the new antenna line. If I can grab it. New antenna line plugged in. And I just set the head unit in there to make sure everything lined up, and it did. So now I just gotta start figuring out where to plug everything in. So I know it probably looks just like a pile of wires, but we got everything plugged in, hopefully in the right spot. We got our GPS, we got our Bluetooth, power going to the pack, which we'll plug these two into the truck, and it'll source it all through there. Like I said, Crutchfield wired all this up already. We've got our inputs. I believe those are the right ones. If not, then I'll swap them. Yeah, I think that's it. We are ready to put it in the truck and see if it powers up. And then we got to run all of our GPS and Bluetooth and all that stuff. But yeah, I'm going to throw it in the truck and see if she boots up. This is a very rough test fit just to see if everything's working. Got my everything falling apart. Here we go. All right, so we're just going to go ahead, plug these guys in. Oh boy. Something's beeping, but we got power. So I'm guessing this takes over your regular door chime. Maybe not. Either way, I don't care to hear that because that sounds terrible. So we're just gonna leave that unplugged. All right, so I was getting power, but I wasn't getting any volume. I went ahead and connected my phone, everything like that. Still no volume, radio, CarPlay, nothing. Well, I looked back at the pack, and this was not plugged in. I don't know why this wasn't plugged in. I guess when they just assembled it, it just wasn't. This as well is not plugged in. I don't know what this is for. It doesn't fit that guy. Maybe it's some kind of accessory. Either way, I plugged that in. We now have power and volume and wireless Apple CarPlay, which I just connected. We do have this static coming through the tweeters, which I'm going to call them and see what they say. Not sure what's up with the tweeter static, but let's see if it kicks my video to connect to CarPlay. Probably will, just like the newer trucks, which stinks. Of course it does. That's one of the reasons why I was questioning going with a wireless CarPlay, because that is super annoying. If you're trying to film, it connects automatically and kicks the video. Either way, as you see, which, let's see, let's get Pandora going. This wireless Apple CarPlay is giving my phone fits every time I change anything. It kicks the video off, which is super annoying, but radio is working. Sounds beautiful. We do, like I said, have the static though, so I'm gonna give them a call and see what they say. Well, thank goodness, something super simple, and they were able to walk me through it. I had this plugged into the wrong one. So like I said, this was not plugged in when I got it. Apparently, if you don't have Bose, that's where this one would go. If you do have Bose, it goes into this one. And now, no static. It was like overpowering or whatever. He said something along the lines. The volume was already turned up pretty high, even though it was low volume. And it was just sending some feedback or whatever through the tweeters, which is no longer happening while that's plugged in properly. So stoked that was something simple. I think that's it. Everything seems to be working. I haven't tested like the Bluetooth voice commands and whatnot, and haven't set everything up, but I'm gonna go ahead and stick all this in the dash, get it as clean as possible. I'm gonna route this GPS up to the front, mount it right there. Then we'll mount our Bluetooth. I'm gonna run it right here and just hook it right here. Just a little helpful tip. I went ahead and unplugged the GPS and Bluetooth, took the cables back out, poked them in through here. This one's pretty straight, so you can work this one through. Grab it with your finger above here, and then I taped the Bluetooth one to the cable and then just pulled it through, because the other one is such a small cable, it tries to bend on you and stuff, so just tape it. Pull it through, come back through here, plug it in. Let's go ahead and check this bad boy out. Been just playing some music, working on some other stuff, but I figure this is a good time to end the video off. Check this baby out. I've got my airplane mode on my phone, so we won't be looking at Apple CarPlay because it does connect automatically wirelessly to my phone, which if I'm filming, it will kick me off, which is definitely a negative. I know that's far and few between that will be affected by that, but it definitely stinks for me, and that's one of the reasons why I kind of wish I had gotten cheaper Kenwood that was wired Apple CarPlay. That way I wouldn't have to worry with this. But I mean, wireless Apple CarPlay is really nice, and if you don't film stuff, then it's not going to affect you at all. Radio is working good, even with a little shorty. Somebody flying. Yeah, somebody about to go to jail. Anyways, I've enjoyed it so far. I haven't got to play around with it too much, so I don't know all the ins and outs. One little cool feature that I read up on is this does have a micro HDMI port on the back, so we can get a cable and actually be able to watch YouTube and Netflix and whatever else we wanted to on here. Sorry about the reflection, guys, but I guess that's part of it. If that really bugs you, then I guess that's negative, but we're sitting here in the sun. Play around with everything. Like I said, Apple CarPlay pulls up within about 5 to 10 seconds of it booting. It'll connect automatically to CarPlay, which is nice. We can hook up USB to change our different screens. I know you can go in here to display, customize. Yeah, you can go through here, upload an image. Can't do it straight from your phone, unfortunately, but You can change all of these right here, whatever color you want. We're rocking with the blue. Home design, do that or that. I got that on there, which I don't even know if I've noticed it. As you see, it works really smooth. It's pretty daggum close to iPhone smooth. Not quite there, of course, but I'm stoked on it, dude. I think it looks super, super clean. I know I'm going to miss my knobs, being able to not have to look over here and whatnot, but everything does work immediately. There is a tiny little bit of static still coming through the tweeters, which you don't hear it if the music's on, or definitely don't if the truck's cranked. Not like it was before. It was really loud, even with the volume off. Now it's just a tiny bit of static. I don't know. Help me out if you know what that might be. I got the GPS thing mounted up there. I got the Bluetooth here, which it's not recognizing, so I think I plugged it into the wrong port. But as you see in the back, we're about to do some more audio upgrades, so I'm gonna have this thing torn apart anyways, and I'll just swap that out then. But yeah, dude, I like it. I think it's sweet. If I could do it again, which I guess I technically could, maybe in the future, maybe go with the one that is just wired Apple CarPlay, even though they said this one was smoother and faster and everything was better on this. I don't know why it keeps doing this little... Maybe I haven't set the demo up. I'm not really sure. But I don't know why that's popping up. Maybe it's because I got the volume off. Anyways, one thing that I might have done differently would be the wired one, the cheaper one, just in my case, so I wouldn't have to worry with having to remember to have my phone disconnected if I'm going to be filming, because it's going to auto connect. And same problems I deal with the Ford, because it auto connects Apple CarPlay, and it can definitely be annoying sometimes. But I mean, look at that a little bit. Jump in the back. Oh, dude, super clean. I mean, just the whole that cluster. Oh, it's cleaning up so freaking good. I know a lot of y'all are gonna be excited for this. I'm stoked for this. Honestly, I'm not a huge like loud music kind of person, but I love bass. Be on the lookout for that. Hopefully this coming up weekend, I'm going to be able to install them. Reed is sending me my tire thing. That thing's freaking still flat. Yeah, I feel like it's not going flatter, I don't think, but it's low enough to where I'm a little concerned to drive on it. Truck's filthy, but dude, the freaking welds, bro. Also, my caps came in. Shout out to Reed. He did buy them. Those are the original ones. We got the new ones over here. So we got all caps looking sweet. I literally took a paintbrush and painted on a gallon of liquid tire shine, because look at this thing. Because they were crusty. Tires were crusty. Saw a lot of people, I know I'm rambling at this point. I saw a lot of people talking about boggers and stuff. That's the original goal, was to do boggers or a TSL on these wheels. My only thing is, I can do the caliper conversion like a lot of y'all said, but then they'll be sucked in. They won't look as good as when it does now, which once you go wide, you can't go back, because then you're just not going to be happy. Which we might do that. Or I could just keep the spacers on there, run like a 31, 1050 bogger on these 16s, which would be insane. But they're also really expensive tires. I don't know. I'm torn. Either way, hopefully y'all did enjoy. Comment down below. Let me know. I'll see y'all in the next one.